Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Benyar 5161. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Benyar Design PD1661 Cookie Monster. And Grego is wearing my Major 2002. Grego said that Miyota was upset. She just gave birth to Miggs Mayfield's son, and he had the nerve to ask her if he was really his. She screamed at him, "Of course he is your son. He's just like you. He won't shut up. He is always fussing. And every time I try to sit for just a moment, he cries incessantly until I feed his hungry ass." Mick said, "Oh, that does sound like me." All right, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in this Benyar box. You all saw my unboxing, so I won't go over the contents, but here it is. An homage to Rolex Submariner Smurf. But instead of being white gold, this is steel and chrome plating. I've done quite a few Benyars on my channel, as they are in the very affordable range. A step below Beguine Design and Cadison, but a step above Shirkame, Sonda, and Smeel. When I ordered it, I assumed I was getting an automatic, since all of the other 300 Benyar Rolex homages I've reviewed were automatics, but this one has a Miyota 2115 quartz movement, which in all honesty is probably a better choice, which also explains why this Benyar was only $20. A lot of YouTube reviewers won't review Benyars because they insist on putting all stainless steel on the caseback when the cases are clearly a chrome-plated alloy. It's not that I don't have standards, I just think it's more useful for me to still review the watch, as exposing dubious claims is part of the review process. If I only reviewed watches without fault, then what would be the point of reviewing? This watch comes in 5 colorways, black, green, or blue. If gold is your thing, then there is also 2 tones of black or blue. There is no Kermit or Cookie Monster. The watch is 42.6 millimeters at the bezel, so this is bigger than a Submariner. 51.6 millimeters lug to lug with inverted end links. It's 12 millimeters thick, which is a pretty decent thickness for a watch in this size. And they claim 20 millimeter lug width, but I measure 21. And it tapers down to 18. And weighs 139 grams on the supply bracelet with 2 links removed. All right, I took the bracelet off and I just want to show you. 21 millimeter lug width. So it is not a 20 and it's not a 22. So I do not have any 21 millimeter straps. I will not show it to you on another strap. Of course, I could always put a 20 millimeter NATO on it, but what would be the point? The bezel is a 60 click unidirectional, and the action's horrible, really mushy, really bad clicks. Lots of bezel wobble, and tons of back play. And it only lines up by the fact that there's so much play in it, you can force it to line up. Then the insert's aluminum, at least it looks that way. Who knows? Bezel's really bad though, not a good bezel. This is a $20 AliExpress watch bezel. Then we have the dial. I like the dial. The dial has a good sunburst effect. Now when you look in my camera, it has kind of a purple tint, but when you look at it in the naked eye, it's not so purple. So I don't know. I guess it has a slight purple tint to it, but not as distinct as when you see it through my camera. Then we have the Benyar name and logo printed on top, and then it says Quartz on the bottom. No mention of water resistance. You only get 30. So this is strictly a dive style watch. This is not a dive watch. Then on the bottom there, it says Japan movement, and this is a Miyota 2115, so it is Japanese. Then we have the indices. They're Rolex style with the upside down triangle at the 12, batons at the 6 and the 9, and dots everywhere else. Then we have the fence post minute hand, Mercedes hour hand, and lollipop second hand. And the lollipop second hand actually hits the marks, so that's really good. That's nice. And then we have a date at the 3 with a Cyclops that barely magnifies. The only good thing I can say about it is that at least it's centered. But no, I don't see the point of a Cyclops if you're only going to do this 0.5 magnification stuff. It should at least be a 2. Then we have an unsigned push-pull crown. This is a Miyota 2115, so you do not get loose crown action. And when you go to set it, well, you get a tiny, tiny minute hand jump. Seriously? Let's just hold it. All right. Well, the jump is so minimal that I'm not going to count it. Then we have a flat mineral glass crystal. You don't get sapphire in this price range. And then we have the case. The case is a chrome-plated alloy. You can just tell. And all Benyars have chrome-plated alloy cases. They don't have stainless steel cases. And as I said before, when you look at the Caseback, though, it says all solid stainless steel. So that is a bold-faced lie. That's just a lie I expect from Benyar, and I deal with it, or I live with it. Then it says water resistant, 30 meters, and that's not a lie. 30 meters, that's the bare minimum. And then it gives the model number. And this, of course, is a press-on Caseback. There's no notches for a wrench, and there's a little slot for the tool. Underneath the Caseback is the Miyota 2115. This is usually a pretty good choice for Quartz watches in this price range. A lot of them don't have a Miyota 2115. They have a much cheaper movement. So at least the Miyota, as you can see, the second hand is hitting the marks. And you don't have to worry about this breaking on you. It's a good movement for the money. Then we have the bracelet. The bracelet's not bad for a $20 AliExpress watch. The links are solid. We do have polished center links though, but that's fine, I guess. Then we do have hollow end links, but at least they're inverted. And we have push pins, not screw pins. I'm perfectly fine with push pins. It's just easier. And then we have the clasp. All the Benyars have this clasp. No micro adjust, and it says Benyar. Now, if you want a better clasp with micro adjust, you can get one dirt cheap on AliExpress. You'll need an 18 millimeter. But as you can see, it's held on by normal spring bars. It's not one of those stupid clasps where you have to pry the bars out. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. It does look nice for a $20 watch. And it wears nice. This is a big watch, but it does have inverted end links. I only removed 2 links though. So if you have a wrist bigger than 8, you're going to have difficulty. One thing you can do though, get a different clasp, and that's going to make it longer. Here we are in the Lume room. As I always say, $20 AliExpress watch is not going to have great Lume, but sometimes it has decent Lume, but not usually a Benyar. As we speed up the time, we see that the indices are a different substance than the hands, and it is fading fairly fast. But look at those hands. They are doing quite well for a $20 watch, and you can still see them easily. The Lume pip seems to be more of a C3 green color and not as strong as the hands, but still better than the markers. But since the hands are the most important, this is indeed decent Lume for a $20 watch. What do I like about this watch? Well, it has a Miyota 2115 movement. It's not a bad bracelet for a $20 watch. The hand Lume's actually decent. And the second hand hits the marks. What are my gripes and groans? The Cyclops barely magnifies. Really mushy bezel action. And the typical Benyar complaints, such as no micro adjust and saying all solid stainless steel when it's not. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, it's only $20 and it has the Miyota 2115. If it didn't have the Miyota 2115, I probably would not recommend it. But if you just want something that looks nice and is cheap, it's not bad. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Benyar 5161, and I will be back with another review. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link, and I will get a small commission. And be sure to check out my Members Choice program. Bye.